Hi, hello, and welcome in our video. In this video, we will be talking about importing requirements from a Word document. This is an excellent feature of DOORS Next, allowing users to import initial set of requirements to component or module from nicely organized, rather simple text document. The application supports Word documents, OpenOffice ODT documents, as well as rich text RTF documents. I specifically mentioned two important things here: initial set of requirements, and using rather simple documents. Why? It is very important to understand that ability to import requirements from a Word document should be one-time action. Therefore, you cannot use a Word document for round trips. What I mean by round trip? I mean that you cannot use Word document to import requirements, then change something in DOORS Next application and generate Word document again and send it to customer, and your customer will change something in Word document, send it to you, and you will once again import it back and merge those changes with your DOORS application. This is not possible, this cannot be done. For these purposes, we have Excel or Recif options. Another part was a relatively simple document. I mentioned it specifically because the tool does not support VBA macros, mail merge fields, table of contents, text boxes, table styles, etc. You will see that with standard documents with chapters, images, tables, there is absolutely no problem and it works perfectly. But you need to know and you need to be aware that there are some limitations. So for best result, you should keep your documents simple. The last thing I would like to mention before we start importing documents into the DOORS Next is that we will be using chainsets. Why? It is best practice to use chainset whenever you are trying to import something, and I cannot stress enough how important that is. Because one of the most important use cases of chainset is that they will create isolated environment outside the stream where you can work on insulated changes. Here, you can test those changes and review them before you will apply those changes and deliver them to the stream. The benefit of working in this isolated environment where changes are not visible to another users is that you can minimize users' error with the ability to discard changes if something unexpected happened. For example, those applied changes were incorrect or unnecessary or plain wrong. So you can discard this change set, and from stream perspective or from rest of the team perspective, it looks like no changes were ever done, because discarding the change set will discard all changes made to the artifact, because all of those changes were done in isolated environment. They were transparent to another users. So really, when you are trying to import something, you are probably making a lot of changes, and those changes should be reviewed before they are applied to the stream. So please use change sets whenever you are importing something. All right, let's jump directly to the exercise. The step number one is to create change set. You can create change set by clicking here on Stream and here on Create change set. Give it some name, for example, change set, very creative, and you created your change set. So now you are working in isolated environment. You see, it's just 2 clicks. It would be a big mistake not to create one because it's really lifesaver. The second step is to import document. I will click on Create and choose Import Artifact, and I will use first option, Import Requirements from within a text document. Next, and here I will click on Add Files and search for my training document. Excellent. Then I have just a couple of options here. I can choose location for my new requirements. I can choose if I should just import requirements and not create a module, or create a module and import requirements from this Word document to this module, and I will use this option. If you would be importing more than one document, you can create a separate module for each source, so for each Word document. You can name this module or use source name. So now my module would be called training document. And the last one is to choose artifact type for new module. I will leave it on stakeholder specification. Now click on next, and here we have the most important part. Before we will go through headings, images, keywords, etc., let's take a look how our document looks like. So it is a very simple document. We have some chapters here, some sub-chapters. We have some requirements with shell keyword. We have some requirements with no keyword at all, and we have some requirements with must keyword. Also, this very special requirement here, this table, this image, and this comment. It is very important to know how this document look like because now we are creating rules for importing this document. So rule number one, what I am supposed to do with headings. For each heading, please create heading artifact type. Very simple. I will leave it as is. For each image, create artifact type, and I will, for example, use information. So for each image, create artifact type information. And now special keywords. For each keyword you will find in this document, please create some artifact type. So now you will be creating requirements. So I used shell. So if you will find shell in, for example, sentence, please create stakeholder requirement. And add another keyword. If you will find must, I used must here. For example, in paragraph, so you can search in sentences or in paragraphs. Please create, and I will use something different, for example, hardware requirement. And text delimiters are also great because you can add text delimiter, and if your requirement begin with something special and end with something special, you can create another artifact type. That's why I included this one. So if it will begin with asterisks and exclamation mark and end with exclamation mark and asterisks, please create, for example, something easily searchable, actor. The last rule is what I am supposed to do with anything that don't match the selection. So it's not heading, it's not image, it's not stakeholder requirement, hardware requirement, or actor. What is it supposed to be? So for example, this one. What should it be? What should it be this table? And I can select none and exclude this requirement, or I can select, for example, it can be again information, why not? So now I have everything. If it's a heading, then it will be heading. If it's image, then it will be information. If you will find shell in your sentence, create stakeholder requirement. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 stakeholder requirements. If you will find must in a paragraph, create hardware requirement. So I will have one hardware requirement because I have one must here. Then if there are those text delimiters, please create actor. I will have one actor there, and everything else should be information. So I will have 1, 2, 3, 4 information. Excellent. I will click on next, and you see system identified 14 artifacts out of which 4 were stakeholder requirements, excellent, 4 were headings, excellent, 1 is hardware requirement, 4 information, 1 actor, 1 image, and also 1 comment. Great, exactly as we counted. I will click on finish, close, and my module was created. I will open it, and you see it looks almost exactly as the original one. So you see I have chapters here. I also have some artifact types I created by rules, and I will also include comments. Excellent. So you see I have heading, stakeholder requirements because of shell, hardware requirement because of must, actor because of delimiters that are not here. You see, delimiters are not here after importing, and table and image. Also, I have this comment here because this section here is commented. So comment done in MS Word, comment done in MS Word. You see, it's important comment data made by Igor Hudacek and when it was created. So that was importing a Word document into the Doors Next. It's very easy and very intuitive. It's great if you will know what rules can be created because you can structure your Word document so they are easily importable. The last thing I would like to mention is this change set because right now we imported this document into the change set, but this document, this module, is not visible in the stream. I can deliver this change set or discard this change set. So by delivering this document, so this new module will be also visible in the stream. But if I am not happy with how this document looks like, I can discard chain set, and just by discarding this chain set, it looks like nothing was ever done. It's up to you. I will deliver this chain set, so I will click on deliver. I will use express because I am sure what I am delivering. And now you see I am back in the stream. So I can see my module in the stream. What I am trying to show you, and I really cannot stress this enough, is how easy it is to create chain set and how easy it is to deliver chain set. So please, whenever you are importing something or whenever you are making a lot of changes, please use chainset. It's very easy to create one. It's very easy to deliver one. And if you will screw something up, it's very easy to discard it. So please, there is no reason not to use chainset. This is the best advice I can give you. All right, and with this advice, I would like to conclude this topic. I really hope this video was informative for you, and I look forward to you in our next videos.